We want to head back down to our Beacon Hills studio. It's time for the heavy hitters.
Indeed, KC, Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates, a man not sure whether he's excited about this Spinal Tap reunion or not.
I can't wait to hear Intravenous DeMilo live. That's my favorite Spinal Tap song.
Peter Kadges of the Boston Phoenix, a man who's anxiously awaiting the Rod Blagojevich book.
You know, I'm not sure whether he's going to call it The Tempest or I've been working on a chain gang.
Not bad, Kadges. Let's get started, gentlemen, and let's try and keep this light somehow, some way. Dow, first time in 11 years, closes under 7,000. We were told 7,000 was going to be the bottom. Went right through that without missing a beat. Let's start with this, Cosmo. I haven't seen something this low since...
Veritex OBP.
Now the laughter stops, and let's break this down for a second. How low can it go, and when is this money going to kick in that's supposed to stop this bleeding?
Yeah, you know, like the housing market, the stock market's looking for a bottom, and I'm not sure it has found it yet. I remember, gosh, must have been about 10 years ago, covering the exciting down 9,000 climb, and then it hit 10 and 11 and so forth. It's miraculous to think that we're looking at hitting 6,000 or below.
Is it going to go below 6?
I think it very well could. There's no, you can't get people to invest in stocks, to buy stocks without throwing in, I don't know, a refrigerator, a kitchen sink, a couch. And there's fewer and fewer reasons to invest these days. Companies
including an increase in the capital gains tax.
Well, there'll be no capital gains.
Well, more specifically, you're not getting the appreciation, certainly, and more companies are eliminating dividends. So the conservative reason to buy stocks because they'll pay a nice dividend, that's going away also. There's just no reason to invest.
Peter, I haven't seen something this low since...
Bush's approval ratings.
I did not see that one coming. You came out of nowhere there. Is this going below 6,000?
I don't know, but I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. This 7,000 was a sort of psychological point. As I'd said in the show before, I fully expected it to go below 7,000. There is no good news on the horizon. Stock markets anticipate this market went down because they expect more bad news. Look, by the end of this year, maybe by the end of the spring or the beginning of the summer, General Motors will most likely be in bankruptcy or some sort of receivership. American International Group, the huge insurance conglomerate, which is
I've heard 3 huges since the last time they sent out a press release on us. I mean, let's face it.
Huge. is still in financial trouble. Manufacturing around the world. Look.
But isn't the cynic, Peter, say, look, I thought we had to pass $1 trillion stimulus package to stop this? I mean, shouldn't the market be reacting to that and moving in an upward direction?
No, because the stimulus package, I'm sort of ballparking this percentage. The stimulus package is probably 30 to 40, maybe even 50% pork. 50% of it is necessary. It's going to take a year to 18 months for that to kick in.
I think the hope that there would be an immediate reaction on Wall Street to the stimulus package, like Peter says, more likely, it's going to take a while for those measures to take place. It's going to take a while for jobs to be created, and the hope is that Wall Street reacts then, because they're looking for confidence. They're looking for a reason. Investors are looking for a reason to put money in the market, and they just don't have it.
Normally, you hear a hitter.
The economic crisis is moving faster than governments around the world can respond.
And normally, a hitter speaks in favor of pork, but in this case, not so much. Let's talk about this gas tax story in the Globe today. Business groups in Massachusetts saying we need a 25-cent gas tax increase, Cosmo, not a 19-cent gas tax increase like the governor wants. A, who are these people lobbying for this? And B, why do we need more than the governor said we needed when he had the group study this?
Well, I mean, who they are, with maybe one exception, they're the business establishment of Massachusetts, the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce and Mass Taxpayers Foundation and a number of other groups. They're the establishment. I find it pretty remarkable. They are providing a very significant amount of cover to Deval Patrick, to the governor. Not only are they providing cover on his own smaller, believe it or not, gas tax proposal, they're endorsing an examination of a number of things that he hasn't even floated yet, or he has floated but aren't part of his policy. I found it pretty surprising and pretty remarkable that all those organizations came out so forcefully in favor of that level of gas tax.
The way I look at it is the dollar figure, the amount is less significant than the fact they came out in favor of it. And my guess as to why they did it is because they have no faith in the legislature. I mean, look, the Massachusetts legislature could screw up a one-car funeral. Finding out what we need to be paying in gas tax, whether it's 19 cents, 11 cents, 25 cents, is not rocket science. And I think this is a vote of no confidence in the legislature and a vote of confidence for the government.
On the other hand,
more important, they say take on the MBTA union.
But do we need to hear from unelected officials, non-officials, who work in high-rises in Boston about what a crisis our roads are in? If I ask any one of these groups to tell me where the French King Bridge is, Cosmo, you know and I know, they wouldn't know. So why are we listening to them on this?
That's a worthwhile challenge to make. If you're going to have input on public policy, do you really know the lay of the land? And I'm with that. But I think it's their role. It's the role of business organizations to have an impact on policy when they feel that, or when they see that there needs to be some sense of order to how things are done. And I think it makes sense.
Can I take a more cynical approach?
Quickly.
These guys are campaign contributors. They're saying to the legislature, listen up, do something.
And then there'll be a little quid pro quo going on here at some point, you assume, for the business community, yes?
Where is the French King Bridge, by the way?
You know where it is, because you used to work out west. Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates, Peter Cadges of the Phoenix. They are the heavy hitters.